business about 25 years. I've been involved with Ticker now for about 2 years, and I've pretty much been involved since its inception. Having met Steve Klagian in Chicago a couple of years ago when Ticker was just an idea. My specialty is Forex. I've traded just about everything else over the years. After my time in the pits at the Board of Trade, trading 30-year bonds, I moved on to online trading and traded S&Ps and commodities and even grains and meats. And the last 10 years, I've kind of specialized in Forex. I've come to really love it. I love the volatility and the action. And, it seems there's always something to do there. So also a great market for people in general. If you want to trade stocks and commodities, you're probably going to need a nice 5-6-figure account. But I have students around the world that I teach Forex to that are able to trade with as little as $2,000 or $3,000 in their account, and actually get experience and even make a few dollars. I think for Forex, the general rule that I've seen over the years is you probably only need $1,000 in your account for each 100 you want to make per month. So, for people happy to make $300-400 a month, they would only need, 3,000-4,000 in their account. So anyway, things have been going pretty well for me the last 9 months. I think I look today, I'm up about 245% for the last 8 months, which is about 30% a month. That's pretty extraordinary. I don't know that can be continued forever, but it's been really good, and I expect it to continue at least in the near term, as long as the markets are good. If we get into the summer doldrums, things may slow down a bit. Also, I was very happy to see that I had several new subscribers come into my channel and to subscribe to my trades over the last week or two. And it's very nice, exciting to see them there. And I was fortunate to get them off to a good start the last couple of days with a really good trade in Euro-Yen. Let's take a look at that. You should be able to see the chart right here. Right now, you're looking at the daily chart of Euro-Yen. Let's go maybe take a glance at the weekly for a second. We had a big move up recently in Euro-Yen, but you can see it came to this resistance point where the red line was here. So once it got up there, that's the first time I got interested in selling it. So that's what I use the weekly chart for, to give me a good idea of the trend. But I'm not going to make any trades of that because I need something more specific, and you'll see that. So what I do when I see it reach a general area of resistance on the weekly chart, I drop down to the daily. And now on the daily chart, I see this whole move started from a nice head and shoulders bottom, came up through the neckline, and it was just a great run all the way to this resistance area. But what do we have here? We have something called divergence, okay? Here we had a high in price, and we had a high in the index. Now we made a new high up here in price, but guess what? The index said no. We're running out of momentum here. This is called divergence, and that's the first thing that I look for to tell me there's going to be a change of direction in the market. So that's what I got from the daily chart, okay? Now, but I still don't have something specific enough to make the trade, which I gave to my subscribers, but we'll get to that. Now I drop down to the 4-hour chart. Again, I see some divergence. We had a high price here, high index, higher price up here, but the index said, no, we're going down. We also had a flip in my parabolic SAR. These dots are the parabolic. And when they're going up and they switch to the top side, that's another indication that we're going to have a change of direction. So now I have actually three things that warned me about a change of direction. One was this resistance line. Two was the divergence right here. Three was the shift in the parabolic. But I still don't have a point where I can make the trade, okay? Because if I make the trade anywhere in here, where am I going to put my stops? Over the high here? That could be 50, 100, 200 pips away. And the way I use risk control, I don't make trades like that. I find the points where you can get into the trade with the least risk, and I'll show you that. So in this 4-hour chart, I get confirmations that we're turning down, but still don't have the exact point. So I drop down to the hour chart. Now it gets interesting. First of all, I see another divergence, even on the 1-hour chart. We made a high price here, a high in the index, the momentum index. We make a new high in price, but the index again says, no, we're going down the other way. The parabolic dots also flip, telling me we're changing direction again. But now, all of a sudden, we have something new. We have a pattern here. This is a little tiny, this whole thing here is a little tiny head and shoulders. This is the left shoulder, this is the head, this is the right shoulder over here. And once I see that, I'm able to draw the neckline in, which is this red line here. So once I'm able to do that, I now have a price on that neckline. There's only a single price there. And the head and shoulders, if it goes below the neckline, I'm going to be short. If it goes above the neckline, I'm going to be out. So this is the only place on any of the charts that I showed you where with a few ticks risk, I can determine whether I want to be long or short. And this broke below the line. I got short, and what a great reward it was. We picked up I think I gave subscribers a price of 123.56, which is right on the line. I said, sell it below 123.56. Boom, straight down to, what is this low here? About 121, let's see, 121.33. So we made almost 200 pips on this move. And hopefully, if you were one of my subscribers, you caught that because you knew to be short under 123.56. So that shows you a little bit of how I control risk, okay? A lot of people in this business who've made a lot of money, and it's not that hard to pick winners, but most people have trouble holding on to it, okay? And they give back all those winners and a lot more, and before you know it, they're out of the business. I get around that problem by never making trades that I can't find on some kind of line. And whatever that line is, whether it's a head and shoulders, a triangle, a rectangle, a trend line, that's the only place where I know within a few pips whether I'm right or wrong. So I'm never going to take a 50, 100, 150 pip shot or more. I'm going to take a lot of 5, 10, 12 pip losses, okay? But I can afford to do that as long as when I catch them, I'm catching the 200 100 pip winners. With that, I want to show you a couple of trades I'm really interested in for the rest of the year that I'll be telling my subscribers, when and where to get in. First one, let's take a look at Euro Pound. That's, I can find it here. Hang on. Okay, there it is. This is the Euro Pound daily chart. Okay, now what's so interesting to me about this, it's really a monster head and shoulders. You have this little shoulder over here. You have this giant head up here. You have another little shoulder over here. And you have this upsloping neckline, okay? Now you did have some divergence. You had the high price, high in the index, higher price, lower index, telling us, we're headed down. But I didn't really get interested in this until it's going to go below below the neckline, which is where I would get interested. Because as I said before, the line is the one place where, I only have to risk a few pips to make the trade. Now, the other reason I'm so excited about this trade is on the head and shoulders, to find out how far the move is going to be, you measure from the top of the head to the neckline, which in this case, I think is about 800-900 pips. And then you extend it the same distance down to tell you where it's going to go. So we're looking at 800 pips down from here when this move is over, okay? It's going up a little higher, so maybe it's going to be 1,000 pips down from here. So as a Forex trader, you got to be excited about that. So where we stand now, we broke through the neckline, but instead of dropping straight down, we've kind of been working up along this neckline, just been frustrating just about everybody who saw this and expected it to go down. And it's just been creeping up along the neckline. Mostly people who tried to sell it, they've just been taken out and have a lot of small losses. But something interesting is happening over here on the right side of this chart, where we've been moving up along the neckline. So what I'm going to do is enlarge this part on a 4-hour chart. And look what we see. Now we see another head and shoulders here, okay? Left shoulder over here, the head over here, right shoulder over here. We have the neckline here, and we're just about right there. We got below it this morning, but I guess too many people tried it, and the market's gone up to take those people out. So, but this is a head and shoulders here. This is the neckline, and I'm definitely going to be short below this line, even I have to try it several times. One other thing of interest is you see this wick up here at the top of the candle. Do you know what that is? What's going on there is, as this was going up, a lot of people, smart people, decided they should sell it here. And they were correct, because it did turn down. But before it would turn down, this wick shows you, it took out all their stops. All the people who sold it here, it could run up 50, 100, 200 pips, take them all out, then it goes down. And what happens, of course, is they not only miss the move, but they lose money at the same time. So, markets tend to give a head fake in the opposite direction before they go the true direction. And that's what's happening right here. They're taking out all the stops before they head the way they want to go, which is a pretty diabolical thing. So I'll be looking at this trade. You'll hear from me, about where and when to get short. And if it works out, we're going to catch a nice 800 to 1,000 pip move over the summer. One more trade that I'll touch on briefly, we only have another minute or two here, is dollar yen. We have over here a nice big head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, drawing the neckline. We have divergence that I talked about. Price made new lows, but not the index. Again, look at this long wick we have again. That was all the smart people who were trying to buy it here, and they were right, it was going up, but they were not going to participate because the market was going to take them all out first. It'll go down as far as it has to get all the stops. 50, 100, 200, doesn't matter. It'll just keep going till they're almost all gone. It'll turn around and go up. In the same story, those people would have been right, but they'll miss the move and lose money. If you measure this head and shoulders, it measures to about 115, somewhere way up here. We're only at 108 now. So this has the potential for another 700 pips up. I will be giving you spots on the line, on some kind of line, where to get long to possibly catch this move. So those are the two exciting trades for the year, and you'll be able to, follow my ideas on Ticker and participate in these trades. If at some point you want to learn how to do this, how I derive these trades in detail, I do have a course you can take, and it's explained on Ticker in section. So with that, our time's up, and I want to wish you all a great week, and I think we're going to have some great trading here. Have a good day.
The risk of loss in trading commodity interests can be substantial. You should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your financial condition, and considering whether to trade or to authorize someone else to trade for you. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
Hi, I'm Jeff Wecker, and I want to welcome you to my profile on TickerTacker. I've been in this business now for about 25 years. I started out at the Chicago Board of Trade against some of the best in the world. You didn't learn quickly, they show you the door. The average trader studies charts 60 hours a week, pick the direction they think it's going to go. They enter the trade and start praying. I do things a little differently. On my profile, you'll be able to subscribe to 3 things. 1, my verified trades, which you'll find here. 2, my broadcasts, which I'll do every day. And number 3, you could enroll in my personal coaching program, which will teach you how I actually arrive at these trades. I want to teach people to not be part of that 85 to 90% to lose. I'm going to explain how that 80 to 95% work, and I'm going to give them the techniques and tools they need to always be on the opposite side of it. To learn how to become a successful Forex trader, follow me on my profile on TickerTacker.
Who's this? Anonymous 666.
Find me the most famous trader there is.
Top of the morning to you.
Who is this?
Ben Arnold.
Pip.
Pip Pip?
I'm telling you, and all that. Oh, buy the British pound.
By the British pound?
Oh, by Jove.
What is happening?
All I require